take a look at our top 5 Magomed Ankalaev knockouts presented by Musashi.
Oh, these are horrible. Big shots. Huge shots.
That'll do it. Montalvo steps in.
Magomed Ankalaev settles the score in emphatic fashion.
Magomed Ankalaev trying to get Canelo out of there. Unconscious.
Knockouts for Magomed.
Welcome back to Fight Week on Fox Sports. Now, gentlemen, we spoke about how dominant a champion Alex Pereira was, but honestly, I think Merab Dvalishvili is establishing a legacy of his own at bantamweight, and he's riding a 13-fight winning streak. Rob, Corey Sandhagen certainly has his work cut out for him this weekend, doesn't he?
Certainly, because you have to look at how dominant he's been against all these guys.
Yeah.
These creative, architects of striking, anti-wrestlers, high-caliber wrestling, and he's done the same game plan repeatedly. And everyone's asking the same question, like, what does Corey do differently than anybody else does? Obviously, he has some really high-level jiu-jitsu. He has some very unique and dynamic striking. But all it takes is one takedown from Merab, and then, you're on a losing battle of stamina.
Hudson, how do you see this fight playing out?
Yeah, well, the pace that Merab fights with, it's unmatched, and every fighter that's coming up against him obviously knows that and tries to prepare for that, but they're just struggling to do so. But in saying that, Corey's unpredictability, if he needs to catch him, he needs to get him early.
Rob, do you agree?
Yeah, there's always a puncher's chance in every fight.
Yeah.
Every fight. But I've noticed over the years, especially his last few fights, especially in that second Sean fight, Merab's threat of wrestling just opens up his hands, and his hands have gotten better, I feel. Like, his defense is much more tight-knit than he used to be. He holds it together. He doesn't take as many risky punches as he used to in his early days. And I feel like he's setting up his shots better off his punches and vice versa now.
Yeah, they certainly call him the machine for a reason. And Hudson, he's a favourite fighter of you and your teammates as well, right?
Yeah, he is. Obviously, like I said before, the way that he fights, the style of fight, he's an entertainment, his social media presence as well. And, he's just an all-round good guy, and got the chance to meet him over in Vegas while we were over there and spent a bit of time with him, getting photos with us. And he was such a genuine guy, and we tried to line up for him to blow the Viking horn. But, I was texting him back and forth, but it didn't eventuate because the club wanted someone to be involved with the Las Vegas Raiders, obviously playing at their stadium, and that didn't end up too well. Our mate got arrested, so
right,
we should have got Merab on there.
That was the bloke who got done. Far out. Yeah, it should have been Merab.
He was keen to do it, so that would have been cool if he got in.
Oh, man, what a story. Merab could have prevented the whole thing from taking place, huh?
And it was funny because we were in the change room trying to speak to him, and I was telling him, do you want to blow the horn? And I'm going like this. But he couldn't speak that much English, so he just gave me his number. He's like, text it to me. So I texted to him, and he said he was keen, but didn't eventuate.
Rugby league and UFC, the marriage that we didn't know we knew. Let's take a look at our Turning Point presented by Ashley and Martin Medical Hair Centres. And Merab submitting Sean O'Malley earlier this year, Rob, delivered Merab, I think, the plaudits that he's for so long deserved. But it also sort of makes me worry about, as you said, what Corey can present to Merab, because I don't know that he's got much that he hasn't seen in a dexterous striker like Sean.
Well, yeah, it's exactly that. And I guess I saw in that second fight just how much better Merab's defense was technically. But not to mention, I'm sure Sean also would have been more hesitant in the second fight due to the fact of how the first one played out. How many times Merab landed that takedown. Yeah, I am very curious. I can see I can see Sandhagen coming out early and throwing some crazy stuff out of the gate. Okay, I can also see him working some like a jiu-jitsu game plan on Merab to make him hesitant of playing in his guard, of playing on his back. Because Sandhagen has really good back jiu-jitsu. He's really tall for the division. He's got long legs. And he uses those to great effect. I just feel if Merab plays it safe, doesn't do anything crazy, sets up his shot perfectly, which the threat is always there because of how good he is at it, then that first takedown starts to dictate the pace. Like, Sandhagen's energy is going to go down a little bit, Merab is going to go up. And this just is the story of every fight he's been in to date.
Yeah, and Corey Sandhagen, for the longest time, has been the exciting guy. The stuff in his trick bag is absolutely phenomenal. Have you been entertained by watching him fight?
Yeah, 100%. His combinations and his striking is pretty wild. And as a fan, sitting back watching that, you love seeing that stuff. But like Rob was saying, I think the energy levels, after a certain amount of time, it's going to start to zap him.
Well, I'm very pleased to announce that we can get the thoughts of the champion now. Merab Dvalishvili joins us. Merab, thanks ever so much for your time once again on Fox Sports. You're always so generous with your time on the show. Now, this is already your third fight of 2025. I got to say, you are the active champion that you promised you'd be, and you're showing no signs of slowing down. This has just been the dream start to your title reign, hasn't it?
Yeah, I asked UFC favor to keep me busy, and I'm grateful for UFC, every opportunity they are giving me.
G'day, Merab. It's Hudson here, mate. What's the one thing that you do during your fight camp that gives you confidence to have the edge over the fighters? Other fighters always speak about your conditioning and your workload. So what's the one thing that you do?
Just one thing, I'm doing my best in my training, you know. I always push my limit, and that's what's, if I have to say one thing that should be simple, I'm just doing my best.
Merab, it's Rob Whittaker here. How are you? Sorry to do this to you, mate, but I want to ask a question. You weaponized your cardio to such a high level. Was there an age or a point in your fight career early on that you were like, hold on, I can last longer than anybody else?
Hello, Robert. It's a pleasure to talk to you. Actually, it's lately I realized that I have a good cardio and I can make everybody tired. Even other day I was, when I was sparring, my training partner tried to shoot at me, like tried to wrestling, hold on me, like stuff like this. And then I know that he was gonna guess out, and I know that I was gonna go on him, you know. So like harder they try, they will get more tired. I just realized this. I have a good cardio. Before I was just fighting whatever fight was taking, but now I became more experienced fighter. I have a like now, yeah, I have a good cardio, and I'm using as a weapon for me.
Yeah. That is wild to hear, because like everybody and their friends have been talking about how you've weaponized your cardio from day one. And I was going to ask, is that where your confidence comes from? But if you've only realized it recently, then I assume you're only going to be more confident from now on.
I agree. Yeah, I don't even know that. Even I put Peter Yan. Yeah, I don't know. Like I was just not thinking about it, you know. I don't know. And then I guess after people started mentioning, but I was not paying attention. But like later on, and then Henry Cejudo was slowed down, and I was fresh. I was missing something. I wanted to 5-round fight, you know, and. Yeah, even when I finished Sean O'Malley last time, and it was only 3 rounds, and I wanted more fight, you know. And then the fight was over.
Merab,
yes,
you're a fan favorite. The fans absolutely love you. But I got to say, they're also big fans of Corey Sandhagen because he is so entertaining and exciting inside the octagon. Can I ask about the fight this weekend? How do you prepare for a guy who is so unorthodox?
Yeah. He's a good fighter, but I'm gonna chase him, and either it's gonna be striking or whatever fights will go. I'm ready, you know. I'm like getting more confident on my striking, and even if you look me and O'Malley fights, you know, I land more hands on him, and when we were striking my last fight, and yeah, even Umar is high level striker. You guys saw that. Yeah, he may be better striker than me, but he don't. You know, you guys see that I was landing some good punches too, and I'm even getting more better with that. And it's gonna be tough fight against Corey Sahagan, but I'm ready for win.
Merab, are you able to tell us a little bit about how your mindset changes each fight? You've obviously defended the belt now a couple of times. Does your mindset change each fight, or do you keep it the same?
I mean, yeah, of course, my life changing better because of course I'm living in my dream. You know, when I signed to UFC, I was happy to. At least I will have a one fight, or like, you know, I got 4-fight contract, but even when I lost my first fight UFC, I'm like fine. You know, at least I did my best, even I was sick, whatever, and then I can say to my grandkids that I was UFC fighter even I lost, but and then I was just happy to be UFC fighter beginning, and after I lost my first two, and I'm like, I can't risk anymore. I cannot get sick, or I cannot fight crazy, and I became smarter fighter. I was taking people down and control them, and just that's how I was winning fights until I get title fight. And so I was just happy to be UFC fighter, but now I'm, of course, like, I'm a champion, and now life change, you know, everywhere. Like, you know, it's either again, of course, I have a shiny belts with me, and I'm a champion. I have so many records. People respect me so much. Of course, financially, whatever, man. You know, like, I'm the best fighter in my weight class right now, and I mean, life is beautiful, and yeah, I am even more motivated. You know, first time, what I was saying, first time I was fighting for my contract, but now I'm just fighting for. I enjoy this. I love this, and I'm happy with my life.
Hey, Merab, Hudson was just telling us the story about how you were supposed to blow the Canberra Raiders horn at the rugby league in Las Vegas earlier this year. Tell us a bit about that and why it didn't happen in the end.
Yeah, I don't know. I was busy, and yeah, I see them in the UFCPI. We talk, and then I don't know. We never put things together, but maybe we can do it next time. You know.
Yeah, we fought pretty hard to get you on there, mate, and the bloke that they actually went and got ended up getting arrested. So we wish we had you, mate.
But Merab, we can't wait to see you in action. Hopefully that does take place one day in the future. But good luck this weekend to you. We can't wait to see you.
Yeah, thank you guys. All the best, and hello to Australia.